My friends, if you're like me, you don't like being lied to. And all we're getting from the Democrats these days is lies. Lies and lies. It's like a disappointing sequel. First, they had the Russian collusion nonsense, which ate up 2.5 years. Tens of millions of dollars turned out to be nothing whatsoever to it. Now we've got the disappointing sequel. President Trump speaking to the president of Ukraine, insisting on a quid pro quo. We're not going to do anything for you unless you investigate the Bidens. Well, that was also a lie. The Democrats weren't counting on Donald Trump making the transcript of that conversation public. He did. And it shows that everything that the Democrats were alleging didn't happen. It was nonsense. It was garbage. There was nothing to it. Adam Schiff is going out in front of the cameras, lying his ass off every single day, making things up. And the media, which is in his pocket, just reports it as if it were true. It is an absolute outrage. Item. From Yahoo.com, Dateline DC, President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, says he's working with outside lawyers to prepare lawsuits against prominent Democrats such as House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff of California and Representative Rashida Tlaib of Michigan. Giuliani's remarks about his legal plans were made over the weekend in a series of calls with Yahoo News amid cable news appearances in which he continued to aggressively defend the president. All right, so far so good. So far, Yahoo News has got it right. Now they're going to show their true colors. The story continues, quote, that defense was blunted by news of an additional whistleblower who would reportedly corroborate how Trump allegedly pressured the new Ukrainian president, Vladimir Zelensky, into investigating Hunter Biden, the son of former Vice President Joe Biden, a 2020 presidential candidate. Unquote. Lie. Lie. Giuliani's defense has not been blunted because he's coming out with truth, facts, and personal testimony by the people involved. Lie. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said publicly, clearly, and repeatedly that there was no quid pro quo in Donald Trump's phone call with him, which is borne out by the transcript. Number 3, Hunter Biden should be investigated, and his father, Joe Biden, should be investigated. From everything I've seen, it certainly appears that Joe Biden was selling the vice presidency and making hundreds of millions of dollars for his son. He bragged about getting that prosecutor fired, the prosecutor who was investigating his son's company, Hunter Biden's company. Black is white and white is black in the major media. They are pushing on this obvious, transparent lie, and I don't like it. I feel personally insulted and degraded when people lie to me, especially when politicians and the mass media lie to me. And now they are shifting into high gear. They had a whistleblower who turned out to be nothing. And so now another disappointing sequel, a second whistleblower who they promise is going to blow the roof off everything. All right, well, let's hear him. Let's bring him out in the public. Let's hear what he heard and how it differs from the transcript of the conversation. The Democrats have nothing but lies and political dirty tricks to offer America. They're not out talking about health care or infrastructure or securing our border. In fact, they want no border. They're not out there talking about sanctuary cities because Americans aren't stupid. We don't want sanctuary cities. They're not out there talking about anything substantive, not creating jobs, not helping to rev up the economy, nothing. They are wall-to-wall investigations, slander, lies, incrimination. Most of the intelligent people out there think that the Democrats are burying themselves. I hope they're right, because America will do a heck of a lot better with far, far fewer Democrats in the government, and let the Democrat voters see what their party has been doing to them and to the American people all these years, and finally wash their hands of the chicanery and the lies. Related item from Axios. In numerous recent conversations with colleagues, including last week's senior staff meeting, White House Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney said he thinks President Trump could win 45 states in 2020 after the impeachment process, a magnitude of landslide that few, if any, independent pollsters would dare predict. Unquote. Folks, don't forget, few, if any, independent pollsters would have dared predict that Donald Trump would win the Republican nomination, let alone the presidency, and yet he did both. Forget about the polls. It's all garbage. President Trump has declared war on the swamp, and so the swamp is attacking him with everything they've got. Problem for them is that they haven't got anything. He hasn't done anything wrong, hasn't broken the law. He's doing a masterful job in the White House. America is benefiting in dozens of different ways. The economy is humming along. We're more safe and more secure than we've been in a long time. Unemployment is way, 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 way down to record levels. Employment among every ethnic group in America is up. Among women, it's up. Trump's doing a fantastic job, and it's driving pieces of garbage like Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. It's driving them to distraction. Well, we're not going to reward lies and political shenanigans and complete disregard for the American people. We're not going to reward that with our votes, are we? We're going to vote the Democrats the hell out at the city level, at the state level, at the federal level. We're going to expunge the Democrat Party from as much of our government structure as we can. And we're going to shift into high gear when it comes to making America great again. There are tons of things Donald Trump hasn't yet been able to fully accomplish that he will accomplish in the second term if he's got a Republican House and a Republican Senate. I just don't like lies. It's that simple. It's Monday, and it's Real Truth, and I'll be right back.